Ah, the 90s. That bygone era when game developers felt the need to create their own mascot to compete with Sonic and Mario. Captain Lang, also known as HAVOC, took the bold choice of a seal, yes, a seal. Which happens to be as swift and speedy as our famous blue hedgehog. Pure coincidence, no doubt. By 1993, we were tired of these cardboard heroes. But in hindsight, these secondary characters also stand out as relics of a missed era. Most of us didn't pick up Captain Lang for a story on par with Inception. Your friend has been kidnapped and, guess what, you have to rescue her. To do this, the game asks you to gather 7 precious stones. This is explained in the quite charming introduction, followed by the title screen. The menus include an original sound test and standard options, allowing you to adjust the difficulty level, among other things. From the get-go, Captain Lang immerses players in a pirate and treasure hunting atmosphere. The graphics are in line with Data East's productions of that time, meaning they're well made but perhaps a tad too conventional. On one hand, the characters and settings, featuring the typical seashores, caves, and ice levels, showcase successful pixel art. On the other, they feel like something we've seen many times before. However, Captain Lang's graphics are among the best on the console, thanks to its solid execution and beautiful art direction. Data East's title shows almost no weaknesses, except for the occasional moments when enemies swarm at you. Don't expect scrolling on par with blast processing. We're far from Sonic in terms of animation speed. However, special attention was given to our hero's animations, adorned with numerous amusing grimaces when he's hit. The inclusion of distortion effects, portraying water ripples or flame heat, is a genuine success. It might not be the most memorable soundtrack on the console, but it remains of good quality. The track's main strength is that they match the various environments visited. Some tunes stand out, offering beautiful melodies composed by Masaaki Iwasaki, the composer of Dunk Dream. The sound effects, which are pretty generic, aren't noteworthy. However, some of the digitized voices do raise eyebrows. At first glance, the controls are intuitive. While the influence of Sega's Blue Hedgehog can be felt, Captain Lang brings its unique touch by adding an extra dose of momentum and distinctive attack mechanics. Players can defeat enemies in 2 ways, either by jumping on them or performing a somersault. The timing for the latter is so tight that it becomes risky to execute, especially given the hitbox isn't particularly forgiving. Attacks and placements are pixel perfect, and it's not uncommon to get hit because you didn't land precisely on top of foes. Some challenging platforming sequences, like those in the snow and cave levels, will undoubtedly frustrate players. And I almost forgot to mention, the game is tough, really tough. This is not only due to the aforementioned issues but also because of devious enemy patterns and sometimes excessive demands. HAVOC's life often hangs by a frame. And just like Sonic, your speed often turns into a double-edged sword against enemies that appear at the last second, yet, by some miracle, we somehow push forward, driven by the adventure. From stage 4 onwards, levels become particularly demanding, emphasizing tight timings and precision in your jumps and placements. The level structure becomes more intricate, incorporating vertical elements, multiple layers, and sometimes requires backtracking. Levels teeming with secret passages invite exploration. Although certain mechanics feel repetitive, Captain Lang's level design offers enough rhythm and variety to keep players engaged from start to finish, especially during standout moments like being chased by flames or the idea-rich cave stages. You'll often need to employ a trial and error approach, but that's not all. Honing your skills is a must to get through some sections. Not for the faint-hearted. The developer's cunning isn't limited to just the levels but is most evident during boss battles. The first 3 might be manageable, but from stage 4 onwards, things get serious. In addition to the tricky patterns and the aforementioned design issues, there's another challenge: the brief invincibility frames. Unlike in games like Ristar or Rocket Knight Adventure, hitting an enemy almost instantly makes you vulnerable to counterattacks. This makes certain bosses, especially the penultimate one, particularly grueling. In 2 words, good luck. Don't expect a breezy journey with Captain Lang. As mentioned earlier, the 7 challenging stages, with their tricky level design, are made to test your patience. Thankfully, the game is generous with lives. Add to this the cunning bosses that often require specific strategies to defeat, and you have a title that will keep you engaged for a long time. But it might also make you want to give up. All in all, Captain Lang is as conventional as it is well crafted. It might not reinvent the wheel, but it offers an engaging experience due to the challenge it poses. Embark on this adventure only if you have a strong constitution. Its gameplay flaws, combined with the intricacy of its level design, show no mercy. It's the enormous paradox of a game aimed at kids that even adults struggle to complete.